It's good to be with you all in this really challenging time. I think we're all agonizing over what has happened here in Israel and still happening, and the challenges ahead of us, which are daunting. This is just one of the terrible, tragic passages that Am Yisrael has gone through and is going through right now. So it's important for us to be together. It's good to be together. For this session, I want to thank Susie Handelman for the suggestion. We had it in mind, but Susie, you moved us to have this gathering. And for this session, we'll begin with some tefillot for those who have been abducted and captured, for those who have been wounded and who are ill. We'll go on to, I'll just give a little bit of introduction to the meditation that we'll do together. We'll do the meditation. We'll have a nigun after that, and then our discussion period. The meditation part, everything up to the discussion will be recorded. Recording the discussion will not be recorded, so we can all speak our hearts freely. Begin with tefillah for those who have been cruelly abducted, captured, or suffering in Gaza right now. Achenu kol beis Yisrael, הנשואים בצרה ובשביה, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם עליהם, יוציאם מצרה לרווחה, מאפלה לאורה, משבעות לגאולה. השתה בעגלה בזמן קריב ונאמר אמן. For those who have been wounded, for those who are ill, Misha Berach Avosenu Avram, Yitzchak v'Yaakov, Moshe v'Aaron David u'Shlomo, Sarah Rivka Rachel v'Leah, U'Yivarech v'Yirapeh, V'Sacholim v'Asapitzuim. Ba'avor she'an mispalim ba'avoram. Zchor ze HaKadosh Baruch Hu mali rachamim aleim, lachlimam l'rafosam, lachzikam le'okosam, yishlach lehem refuah shalem min hashamayim, l'kol evrim kol gidehem, b'soch sharcho liYisrael, refuas hanefesh, refuas haguf, hashta ba'agla v'zman kariv, amar amen. So we thought it could be helpful for us to have a meditation session together, a meditation that will perhaps have several purposes. On the one hand, we're all agonizing, and we all really feel. This country right now is in agony. We're feeling the need to somehow stabilize our emotions. We have a lot of work to do to save our people, to right the wrongs that have been done, to deal with barbaric enemies. A lot of work to do. And we need to be strong, and we need to find our inner resources. So the meditation will, hopefully that will have some help for that. Also, here we are, a group of thoughtful, very deep people, very special group that Anne and I feel very privileged to be with. Our tefillot, this meditation is not just meditation to, for our self-help. This meditation is a tefillah. That Hashem help us all, help Am Yisrael, help the whole world. The very essence of humanity is being trashed here. Our Tselem Elokim as human beings has been destroyed with the barbarity that we have suffered here. And this is not just our fight. See, this goes to much deeper. It's a much deeper struggle, and our fight is deep enough. But this is a struggle for the essence of humanity. So I thought first to share just a little bit of a background Torah, and that's very brief, and then lay out our meditation. Let me see if I can screen share this properly. Yeah. Just to have a sense of this, we're all suffering, and we're, those of us who are here on this this Zoom call, we're suffering, but there are those of us that are suffering in captivity in Gaza, who are wounded and suffering terribly, and families who have lost their children and their parents and their grandparents, men, women, little children, who are in total agony. We're all suffering. And Rabbi Meir says, Rabbi Meir in the Mishnah Sanhedrin, when a person suffers, what does the Shekhinah say? Shasha Adam mitzta'er Shekhinah ma haloshon ameret kaviyachol. I am distressed about my head. I am distressed about my arm. In other words, the divine presence itself says, I am suffering in my head. I am suffering in my arm. I'm suffering in my heart. The divine presence itself. The Piazetzner Rebbe, Fatzal, in the midst of the Warsaw Ghetto, added a very powerful insight to this statement of Rabbi Meir, saying, you should remember that Hashem is Ein Sof, the infinite. When God suffers infinitely for us. It's extraordinary. So we're suffering, but we're suffering together as Am Yisrael, and we're suffering together as all good people of humanity. We're suffering together with God. And in a similar theme, the Midrash Rabbah's Shir HaShirim, one of the terms that's used for Am Yisrael throughout, symbolically throughout the Song of Songs is Tamati, my perfect one. Hashem says of Knesset Yisrael, Tamati. So Rabbi Yeshua de Sichnin, in the name of Rabbi Levi, says, well, you don't just read it as Tamati, but Ta'omati, my twin. For just as twins, if one of them has an ache in the head, the other feels it. So too, as it were, the Holy One, blessed be He, says, I am with him in suffering. It's with Am Yisrael in suffering, with each individual, with every human being in suffering. That's what that verse means in Tehillim. Imo anochi b'tzara. So in this meditation that we'll do together, thought first, the meditation itself, if we were to do just say like a more of a mindfulness, hashkata meditation. I think that kind of just wraps us up in ourselves more. It actually has the risk of even augmenting our agony and our pain right now. There's ways of moving through it, but I think it's not the right meditation for now. What we need now is a sense of our connection with Hashem, that Hashem is with us in this struggle, that we are supported in our deepest core of our being by Hashem, and to feel that sense that we are supported here. So I thought to do a meditation that many of us have done before, but to focus on this as meditation which gets us a little bit out of ourselves, but into our deeper selves and into our flow from Hashem Himself, from Hashem Ein Sof. It's the kolot meditation, the vocalization meditation of Avram Abulafia. I'll describe it briefly and then we'll do it. The meditation has three parts. First, we quiet with whatever form of hashkata that we've been doing or that you're familiar with, quieting the mind, about 3 to 5 minutes of that. Then the meditation itself, which is a vocalization. If you remember it, it's the 5 essential vowels of Hebrew: O, A, E, U. We say each of those 5 times on the exhale and say it, vocalize it out to the end of your breath, and then take a breath in quietly and sit quietly, and then again vocalize the sound out to the end of the breath 5 times. So for instance, for O, hold on, it's like this. O, out to the end of the breath, in through the nose, important, not through the mouth, and breathe in through the nose, and then again O, out to the end of the breath. After the O, we shift to A, then A, E, U. These 5 vowels also represent 5 levels of sfirot. The O is our heart. The A, the kamata, is our highest consciousness. The A is, which is, it's keter. The A is bina, which is our creative, imaginative consciousness. The E is our is netzach, which is our power going, bringing our power down into the world, and netzach, which means eternity, but it means also victory, and that's the E. And the U is yesod, which is our connection, our creative connection with others. So I'll lead this. There's a tricky thing. I don't know if Zoom has corrected this or not yet. But when you have one sound going on for a period of time, like oh, it cuts out for a while. So you may not hear me saying oh out to the very end of my breath. You may just hear the beginning of it, oh, and then it cuts out, because Zoom is set up for conversation and not for long continued sound. Be that as it may, you'll hear me at least start each of the O's, and you'll hear me make the shift from O to A to A to E to U. And just know that that's your signal to say that vowel out the end of your breath and take an inhale through the nose and then continue. I hope that's clear enough. There's another dimension to this meditation if you're interested in it. If you're not familiar with it, I suggest don't pay attention to this, but those who have done before and would like to continue this, let me just, to do it this way, remind us that each of the vowels also has a head movement associated with them. It's the mnemonic is that it's where the vowel is over the letter. So O is a is above the sound, so above the letter A. So O is moving your head up. O. Is from right to left. So while you're saying is from right to left. A is from left to right. E is head straight down. E and U is just head straight in the middle. In fact, let me screen share this to remind you of the vowels. Let's have this. Yeah, no, that's not it. Sorry. No, sorry for this. Here they are. Okay, these are the vowels. O, A, E, U. So that's the order of them. So uh, 5 minutes of clearing. We'll go through the meditation, which itself takes about 12 to 15 minutes. Then you'll hear a nigun at the end. And let's take, after the nigun, take some quiet time to turn this meditation into a tefillah and to ask Hashem to help free those who have been abducted and held captive by very cruel captors, to comfort those who have been wounded, to comfort terribly bereaved families, and to help the good people of Am Yisrael, the good people of the world, to be victorious in this very serious battle. Okay, and then at the end we'll have our conversation. So begin with 5 minutes of clearing, and then you'll hear the meditation begin. Adai, 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 Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Die, 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 die. Da 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 yeah da 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 May Hashem release and save all of the captives, wherever they are. May Hashem heal the wounded. May Hashem comfort, strengthen the mourners, all of Am Yisrael. We are mourning with them. May Hashem give strength and courage to our Chayalim, Chayalot, Tzava Haganah Yisrael, to be victorious in the best way for the welfare of all of humanity. To be a Mamlechet Kohalim, B'Goy Kadosh, for Or Goyim, a light of the nations. Okay, we'll stop the recording now and go into our discussion session.